Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now in this video, I will be reviewing the latest Glitter and Glamours set, which is composed of, well, probably the most famous female characters in My Hero Academia, which are Ochako Uraraka and Himiko Toga. Now in Japan, I believe that these are still price figures, meaning you can only get them via crane games. But in my case, since I'm not from Japan, I got this as a set. This is actually this These are actually sold as a set in the hobby shop. Um, so I guess I cannot buy only one. I had to buy, well, the fair. I don't know if that is the case on all hobby shop, but either way, since this is a set, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna buy both of them either way. Now let's go back to the packaging. So that's the front of the box. Then there's the other side of the box. Now from this side of the box, you can, well, it's obvious that it is a set because both figures are shown in this part of the packaging. And then that's the other side of the figure. Now at the top, you can see that the Ochako is figure A, and well, Toga is figure B. Then at the bottom, let's just put this right. There's glitter and glamours and some legalese. Anyway, guys, since this is gonna be double review, I decided to review them at the same time in one video because they are set. So let us unbox this and see if Glitter and Glamour were able to give justice to this character in statue form. Okay, let's start with Uraraka. Let's get that. Why am I having a hard time? Okay, I torn that part. Anyway, I'm not gonna keep the packaging, so I don't have any problem with it. Okay, let us unbox this. And just to give you an idea, guys, look at all that free space. That that's additional shipping space that is not necessary. But I guess since these are figures, they do need to package them this way in order to protect them from breakage. Okay, let's continue with the unboxing. Okay, got that. Now, okay, I wasn't expecting her to come into this multiple parts, but what is okay, her head is separated. One, body two, stand three, and I don't know why they separated the hand on the figure. Anyway, let us put this out of the plastic. Okay, so the figure is boxed into four parts. Well, I guess three parts if you don't count this again weird looking stand, which I don't know why Glitter and Glamour keep doing this because this stand is the only clue that you will for you to realize that this Glitter and Glamour figure is a price figure instead of a skilled figure. which is very unfortunate because their figures actually looks pretty good quality wise and they are pretty close with skilled figure. But when you see them having the stand, you'll know, okay, that's a price figure. Okay, so here's, let me just focus that there. So here's the head, and it is shaped in a specific way, so you can't go wrong on putting it there. Then for the arms, again, there's that specific shape that you just need to follow. So there's the Kaka fully assembled. I'm wondering where this should go. This is a problem because this figure doesn't come with instruction, but I'm assuming if I'm gonna design this, the stand should go on this feet because it's the one the front. Okay, so I'm right. So there she is. Let me just adjust the camera. So there she is. Now let us unbox Toga. Okay, now for Himiko Toga. Same same style of packaging. Oops, let she flip down. Okay, she can't wait to get out. Typical attitude of Toga, I guess. Okay, she also comes one, two, two. Yeah, she also comes into four pieces, including the stand. Well, same stand as a Ochako, so yeah, I don't really like those type of stands. Now let us just put her out of all this plastic. So Toga, let us assemble her. I'm still trying to learn how about the setting of this camera because it doesn't autofocus. But anyway, this is a pretty good looking head sculpt for Toga. There's actually another version of this wherein her mouth is closed, but I prefer this one because uh, if I'm gonna have a figure of Toga, I would like to see those fangs because that's part of her character. She's kind of like a vampire anyway. So okay, that was actually easier to put than that of Ochako. Oh, I didn't realize that she's holding a knife. So so yeah, so that's the fully assembled. I wonder where this goes. Okay, I got it on the first try. So that's, let me just fix this camera. So that's the fully assembled figure of Toga. Anyway, let us have a closer look at the sculpt and details of these two figures. I noticed that this stand is kind of a little useless because it's very hard to stand the Chaco look. I'm not sure if the problem is on my table, but I don't think so. Okay, there, I found the balance. They're both standing, but I'm telling you guys, this maybe it's because of the way she's posed. I don't know. I was having a hard time making her stand the back. See, or maybe my table. There's a problem with my table and it's not balanced there because when it comes here, she can stand properly. Yeah, maybe it's a problem on my table and not that of the figure. Okay, let's start with Ochako Uraraka, and here's the complete 300. Okay, guys, you've seen that. She doesn't stand pretty well, even with that base that they gave her. Okay, I tried standing it without this funny stand, and let's see if this works. Okay, guys, so again, let us have a look at Ochako at 360 degrees. Of course, it didn't work. For the third time, here's a complete 360-degree look of Ochako. Don't stumble. Don't stumble. Okay, I think she's actually gonna be able to complete the. Okay. She moved. Huh? Okay, considering that that's happening, there's a possibility that nah, maybe my table is not balanced, but anyway, there's a complete 360-degree look of the figure. Anyway, guys, after that complete disaster of making a checker rotate 360-degree, I guess one of the problem is also that my table is not really that flat anymore. Maybe there's a problem with my table, but um, but still, I think they should have given her a better stand. Now here, when it comes to Ochako, I sorry, not Ochako, but Toga. Here's a complete 360-degree look of her. Now, when it comes to stability, that is not a problem with her, but I guess it has something to do more with the way they are posed. Chako's the way that the way the toga is posed, it's easier. I think it's more balanced. That's why I'm not having any problem making her stand up. Now here's a 360-degree look of both of them together since they are set. Hmm. I guess I finally got the formula and the correct way to put the leg because now Ochako is actually standing pretty well. Yeah, this is a pretty good looking set of the two characters. See, no problem. Nah, it's just really hard, I guess, on getting the right angle when you put the stand. So yeah, that's one of the challenges of the Ochako figure that stand make because she's actually posed in the specific way wherein her legs, the shoes specifically for her legs, is kinda not well landed, not well landing on the ground. They are it just touches the ground pretty weirdly. That's why she really needs this stand. So time for the close-up look of the figure. So here's the head sculpt. Considering that she's in a fighting pose, I think her expression, I don't know, it kind of doesn't match being in a fighting pose because She's not showing any grit or any anger like I'm ready to fight or something like that. She's her head sculpt is kind of neutral, and I think that's one of the problem I think I have with this figure. So that's the correct way of setting it up. I'm gonna show you the correct angle on this when we do a close up of the side. So there's the front of the figure. Okay, guys, so this is how you should angle her legs when you put the stand. The back of the soles of her shoe should be up, should not be touching the ground. Now, here's a close up look at the side. I think paint wise, sculpt wise, still a pretty good looking figure. Now, here's the back of the figure. And here is the side of the figure. Again, pretty good looking figure, but I'm just really not a fan of the expression of the head sculpt. I think they should have gone more with, I don't know, something with a lot more expression that she's actually facing Toga now. So here's a close up of Toga. Now, when it comes to Toga, I am a fan of this head sculpt. I believe they captured her look in the anime, and based from this supposed to be pose in the set, he captured her, I don't know, a little kind of crazy side. So I'm thinking out of this in this set, I think this is the more better figure. This is a more superior figure because of the head sculpt. Now on the side, here's a close up of the side. Now here's the back. I love the sculpt of her hair. I don't know. I guess I just really dig crazy chicks. That's why I'm more of a fan of this character than the Ochako figure. But nah, I don't think that has anything to do with it. The expression of the of that figure, I think it's really what my problem is. I mean, if Toga is pointing a knife at you, shouldn't you have a more better expression, like in a fighting pose instead of a neutral one? Now, when it comes to how tall they are for Ochako, she stands around, I guess, 8 and 3/4 inches, or uh, around 22 centimeters. Yeah, 22 centimeters or 8 and 3/4 inches. And then when it comes to Hibiko, I guess same thing, 20 around close to 23 centimeters or 8 and 3/4 inches. Okay, I was actually thinking that they're supposed to be post spacing each other, but now that I put them like this, I guess it makes more sense that I'm going to be displaying them this way on the shelf. And I guess in the case, if you're going to be displaying them this way, maybe Ochako's expression makes more sense. It's not, they're practically not facing each other, but I guess if you look at them individually, maybe Ochako is just doing an I don't know, posing for a fighting pose or exercising or something like that. No, I'm just trying to defend it. Again, either way, both figures looks good. I'm just really not a fan of Ochako's expression. I wish they've given her more like, I think I'll even accept it. They given her smiling, like a happy expression, like she's posing for a friendly, I don't know, for like a friendly, uh what do you call that? Man, I forget the word, like for a friendly spar. I mean, yeah, like a for a friendly sparring. Not with Toga, of course, because Toga has a knife. I mean, why would you spar with someone that is holding a knife and pointing it at you? Again, maybe that's how my brain was set, because I thought that when they told me that this is a set, I was under the impression that you're supposed to display them together, facing each other. But nah, I think it makes more sense if you post them this way, because they're both looking at their front as both you both see their front, you know, instead of when you are pacing them, they are pacing each other. The post makes no sense, to be honest. Now that I'm gonna be looking at them individually, then yeah, I think the Toga figure is still fast, but I think they should have just given her a more happy expression. Anyway, with Toga, Toga is perfect. I like this figure. Now that I had her, I think I made the better choice instead of taking the other one, which is more like a neutral expression. Because let's face it, Toga is a villain, so this look fits her more. And well, I guess because Ochako is a hero, they decided to give her a more neutral look. But if I had a chance to actually get this figure individually, I would have taken the Toga one and look for a better, much more good looking Ochako figure, to be honest, guys. Because, yeah, as I said, in this set, I think the superior one is the Toga one. Anyway, guys, if you reached this part of my video, thanks a lot. If you like my videos, please don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, guys, enjoy life and keep collecting.